They're up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rapid Racers this week. We're here in Baku, streets of Azerbaijan, the capital. A really narrow street circuit, at least in one part of it. I'm joined by Eddie.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Yeah,
Hello, hello.
thinking about not starting Streamlabs in administrator mode was I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do replay now. Might be a
Uh-oh.
bummer, and I'm gonna have to manually switch in between scenes. I could do replay if I tab out. I mean maybe I could. I'll see how it goes.
Don't sweat it too much.
Okay.
I don't think.
Anyway, we have Janab already on an outlap.
Seems to be the only person out right now, and do you know why? Because I have some insider information from our weather forecast.
Yeah, what is it?
It is going to be a dry quali, but a wet race.
A wet race in Baku? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I like this one.
So it's going to be a fun one, I think.
I was about to ask you what the strategy is on Baku, but it seems like we won't be needing that one.
Yeah, we're in the dark for that one because we don't know.
Oh man, I love this track.
We
so
don't know
much,
what's
though.
going to happen. Actually, I feel like I probably a little bit, made it. I mean, I've ruined the surprise for our lovely viewers out there, but sorry, I just couldn't help but spill the beans.
It is what it is.
It is what it
Anyways,
is.
Janab is gonna start
Exactly.
his lap here on. Some people don't like this circuit. I'd say it's in my top 3 F1 circuits.
Yeah, honestly, it's not bad. I don't mind it at all.
I mean, it gives you room to breathe as Janab is going into turn 1 here after this longest straight on the calendar. Going into turn 1, easy to evaluate if you go wide, take a lot of curb, and then breaking into another really sharp and tight left-hander for another quite long straight actually with DRS. These are the only 2 DRS zones. And coming now into turn 3. This first part of the track is really blocky. So into turn 3, going almost near to the wall, a bit.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then again, a tight right-hander, and this is where the track gets really fun with this really slow chicane, which you need to nail right. And it's look how tight it is, how close the walls are.
Nail night.
You need to nail it night. Anyways, castle section, one of the most infamous street circuit parts. Because of this corner right here, it's so tight. Yeah, it's so tight.
Took a lot of inside curb on that entry to the castle section, which is completely alright by the game for some reason. This corner is also very interesting because you have to take a lot of that inside curb and pretty much hop over it to gain time, which is kind of weird, but that's what you have to do.
You know what I've noticed with this track? Like, it's really simple. It doesn't have any like intense corners. It's just the start of the track feels like it's building up to castle section, and like after castle section, it's just a couple of simple corners in the long straight, just to like unwind from almost shitting your pants through castle section there.
Pretty much. As Janab hits a banker of a 38.7 as he crosses the line.
Keep in mind that lap was filled with mistakes as well.
Yeah, that's a pretty good lap with mistakes. Like that's.
Who's on a lap? Where's some idiot? Some idiot is it's actually starting his lap here through turn 1. Actually turn 2 now.
We also have Vexit on a lap. He's currently running the mediums. Goes a little bit wide out of this castle section. Also, don't know any of the turn names or the turns on this track,
section.
which I didn't scout.
I don't think this track even has turn names. It's just castle.
Does it not?
It's not really like that new of a track. I mean, that old of a track to really have names.
I guess not.
I don't think even Singapore has track corner. I mean, I'll check this right now as the video.
I mean, it's a Tilka track, so you know.
What's wrong with Tilka?
Let's not start talking about that one right now.
Yeah. Let's start. What's wrong with
No. It's so. I mean, some of his tracks are Tilkadromes, which are just like flowing tracks, and I mean Sochi.
What's wrong?
Is that a track you like?
I love it.
Oh, I mean, the majority doesn't. But I mean,
what about Suzuka? Yeah.
is that a
No, it's
Tilka
not.
track?
That's
Yeah,
why
exactly.
Saviden is gonna cross the finish line here any moment. Wasn't really paying attention to his lap, but the problem.
Also, you said you said the longest straight on the calendar. Is that really so with Vietnam as well?
Well, I feel like this track might have a longer straight than Vietnam, or it's
I actually don't know.
because the thing
but
is, you're flat out all the way from the end of sector 2. You're flat out to turn 1. And if you look at the track map, that's such a long way. You're going flat out. Also,
yeah, that's I mean, that's
what
true.
happened to Brownie? He got a race ban, or
Brownie has been race banned, yes, for the incidents that happened in the Monaco
and
race.
he got disqualified from Monaco, which makes Jonah actually the Monaco P3 holder. So he got his podium in Rapid Racers, and he is starting his flying lap here. So let's see how he's gonna do. This track, unlike Monaco, is quite easy to overtake, but in the rain, without DRS, I don't know if it's going to be that easy, as Jonah goes a bit deep there, doesn't hit the apex. Into turn 2.
Don't know, did practice with Jonah this week. I'm not sure if he has line on or not. I don't actually know. Wait, is line even allowed in this?
Yeah, he was racing with line before this.
Okay, yeah, so I don't know he's been practicing quite a lot, but I don't actually know if he has line or
I've started enjoying ACC a lot again. No,
that's kind of unrelated to this, isn't it?
I know, but, I'd play a lot of F1 if my throttle wasn't doing what it's doing.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy the game a lot, but you know, when your throttle is 25% every time you're braking, causing you to lock up every corner. So it kind of takes the joy of playing the game.
Not great.
So everyone is actually below 140s, which is to be expected, except for Vex, who is in a.
Well, that's essentially, well, it's a 140.
It is the definition of a 140.
Yeah, absolutely. As I'm looking at the track map here on beloved Wikipedia, and through Castle section we have 5 turns.
Yeah.
Turn 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah. This Jonah's actually gonna cross the finish line, and it's a 140.7. So it's not really a good lap from Jonah here. He did lock up quite a few times. I've seen that, right?
I didn't see any spectacular mistakes on that lap. I guess it was just slow.
Spectacular mistakes.
Yeah.
So we got 3 people without lap times: Assassin, Lux, and Danny.
Lux. I don't know.
Looks
yeah.
like, oh.
Yeah, he's on a lap currently. So, and he's currently in turn 18, going into 19, and coming up to the exit of 20, which is right there. Did you actually know that this track, sorry, had 20 turns?
Yeah, I definitely knew.
Luke sets
How does it have 20 turns? Let me count. Oh yeah, because all the fast
turn
bends
1,
as well.
Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, 6. 5, 6 is the chicane. Then we get into Castle section. The entry to Castle section is 7. Then the Castle has 5
Wait,
turns.
how does it have? It has the left-hander. It's like, is there
left-hander, right-hander, left-hander, right-hander?
Wait, no, you go left, right. No, it's left.
No, yeah, it's left, right, left. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. And then you have the kink in that straight.
There's 2 kinks in that straight.
Yeah, there's 2 kinks in that straight. Those count as corners, so that's 13, 14.
And then the left-hander.
Then we have the entry to the
14,
downhill,
15.
which is the bump. That's 14, 15.
And
then
that's we got
15.
1, 2, 3 bumps, 4, 19. Where's the 20th corner? Is there 5 corners?
It's a slight kink at the entry due to the straight. If you go along with Fluffy Dave, he's at 20, right about here. That's turn 20.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's counted as a corner, which is quite interesting. Anyway, we haven't been paying attention to the
Oh
quality
yeah,
at all,
definitely not.
but
Mizzo is currently on pole. But talking about kinks being
yeah.
corners, Austria turn 2 is actually the kink as well.
Oh yeah, true.
I mean,
That's
F1
right.
wanted to make it so it's not a turn because it basically isn't a turn. But because of
Yeah.
MotoGP, it has to be, I guess. Because for MotoGP,
Oh,
they actually have
okay.
to lift through there. Anyway, yeah, back to laps. So Danny and Assassin, the
It,
only two people without laps.
yeah, it's interesting. Well, yeah. Janab is on an invalidated lap, so he's just gonna toss himself into the
Anyways,
pits.
Mizzo and Janab, P1 and P2 again. Mizzo with a really good qualifying. 4/10 clear off Janab here.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That's a pretty good lap. Closing in the 37s, which is a really rapid time
You
around
can
here.
say he's a rapid racer.
I knew it.
I mean, you set me up. What did you expect?
I
Why did we go off the rails
did.
for like corners for 6 minutes, just counting out every corner? I think.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We've just been completely ignoring everyone on the grid. Some idiot is about to cross the line, and will he improve? Yes, he will. 30.0, so that's pretty much a flat 30. 8.
I was looking 30.0. That's a bit fast. What did he do? Corner cut?
Yeah,
Assassin puts
yeah.
it in P3, 38.4. So really good lap from him as well.
Yep. Yep. Listen, man, I was at work for 8 hours. It's Friday. I'm tired,
Yeah,
dude.
I had a pretty long day myself. I woke up at
my.
11 to watch free practice 1. Then I fell asleep at 11 and 10 minutes. That was about it.
Great. All right.
Hugo
Is on the lap. He's currently improving by 2.5 tenths. Clean through castle. They see what the exit is about. Real short shift of 4th gear. Up through the gears into turn 13. That's turn 14. Into 15 over the bump. No, he takes the cleaner line. Almost gets it into the wall. Did see some comments from him that he despises this track and hates that bump, so he's going to opt for the line.
18?
Oh my god.
19? Yeah, okay. It's 20.
Almost out of ERS, which he's probably going to run out of before the lap ends. I'm pretty sure you do run out of it every lap that you do a hot lap on. No. Just barely enough, and puts it into P2.
A really good lap, really close
with
to
a 38.07. Yeah, and he told me that he doesn't like this track, and now he puts it into P2 and with a really respectable time. I mean, that's way out of reach for me. So.
Kopi as well goes P3 with a 38.1. A tenth off of Hugo, but still a really good time for him as well. What's wrong with people not liking this track? You got everything. You got corners, you got straights, you got chicanes, which fall into the corner category. You got a pit lane. I mean that's just everything that a good track has.
So are you saying that every track is a good track?
Look, in a sense, yes.
Okay.
I mean, even Abu Dhabi, if you go into an open lobby, it's gonna be a really fun race. The thing with Abu Dhabi in a game is, I think in a game it's a okay track, as Kopi is on an in lap, and I don't know why I'm on him. Timo's on a lap.
Timo is about to cross the line on his hot lap.
Talking about Abu Dhabi, for example, it is a really bad track, IRL, right? Well, obviously. But in game, it's not actually that bad to drive. You got quite a few overtaking spots. You can send it in quite a few corners if you get better exits. The tire wear in the game is completely atrocious on that track. Timo improves, puts it P6. Really good lap from him as well here.
Yeah, that's a 5/10 improvement, so that's a really respectable
The
time.
thing with Timo, he has a league race at 7, so 2 hours before Rapid Racers. So he's fresh off another league race right now. So. And it's same calendar.
Following the same calendar? Okay, so he's done Baku 2 hours ago.
Yeah. Or 2 hours ago. He just finished like half an hour ago.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
Lux is gonna go into the pits here. Danny's on an out lap. Oh, Danny actually broke his front wing on the outlap. What? He doesn't have his front wing.
Oh,
Oh, this is really bad for Danny.
we've completely missed that one. So that means that he's not going to set a time because he hasn't been out on track, I believe.
Yeah.
Actually, take a look at the race director. Does he have any laps? No, Danny has not made any valid laps whatsoever in this session. And that weaving is really dangerous because you can put it into the wall at any moment, but does not do so. All right, that's good. Yes.
Janab is starting his flying lap here. He was P2 before people improved, so let's see how this is gonna go. He is gonna be one of the first people actually going for a fast lap here.
We, for some odd reason, had a yellow flagging sector 3, but it's completely gone now. Okay, I don't know what that was all about. Just now, I think it might have been a spectator bug. Oh, Timo actually clips the wall going into the pits right now, but that's alright.
So keep in mind, Janab's time is was the first lap time of the session, and it was quite a messy one. So through sector 1, he's almost 2/10 up already on his time. So there's quite a lot of time to be gained.
Yeah, there's a lot of time to be gained in the castle section.
So let's see if he keeps it nice and tidy through here. He's gonna be on for
turn 7, turn 8 coming up.
Okay.
That's a lot tidier than on this first time lap, if I remember
He
his
goes
lap
wide,
correctly.
but he doesn't
that
invalidate.
Really,
that was on the edge.
Really wide on that.
Jonah,
yeah, that was really
okay,
wide.
So Jonah is struggling as well. He put the definition of a 140 himself as well. Oh!
Oh no! Yeah, that's the bump curb right there. It take it wrong and then
still 3/10 up though.
Yeah, just speaks volumes about the fact that the first lap he set was actually a slow banker, and is gonna actually get some slipstream off of Mizzo here on the final straight. Let's see how much time this will gain them on that final sector.
Imagine saying a 38 as a slow banker.
Yeah.
38.2.
Yeah, that's a 5/10 improvement, and imagine that without the little bump.
Vexit as well put it into P2, and look at the gap between Vexit and Hugo, 2000s. So really good qualifying from him as well here.
Oh my, yeah, definitely. Some idiot still on the lap. He's currently 2/10 down on his personal best, so if he doesn't improve in sector 3, then that won't be improving him.
That bump from some idiot now looks a lot cleaner than what Janab did.
Yeah, it's really a lot up
He's
to
1,000 up in his time.
1,000?
1,000.
Okay, let's follow him through this final sector, approaching turn 20, or the kink 20.
It's quite a...
If you want to say it that way.
Never mind, actually.
Oh, I know what you're about to say. Please don't say that.
Does he improve?
Will he improve? He does!
Okay.
By 4,200, so he puts it into 37.9.
Fluffy Dave is invalidated. But let's see Assassin. Assassin was on for some good pace. He's actually 3/10 up in 62, I think. If that was right. If that is true, he's going to be on for the mix here.
But he's invalidated though. Isn't he?
He is. He is.
Or am I bugged? Are we bugged? Let's see. Yeah, no, we're not.
37.9.
He had invalidated that time,
might have
so...
been just slight invalidation. Mizzo's invalidated as well. Is he gonna go for another lap?
Okay.
Oh no, Mizzo has damage.
Oh.
What about Kopi here? Kopi is coming across the finish line, or is about to any moment now. Hugo in front of him didn't really get slipstream. Or didn't really give slipstream.
No, not really. Kopi improves by 82 hundredths. So a little bit up, but stays P4.
So the gap from P1 to P4 is around the 10th.
That's insane.
Yeah, that is really close.
And then there's one more tenth in your P5. 2 more tenths in your P8. So that's a close one there, and then... Well, it keeps ramping up gradually, and then... Yeah.
So you know, you were saying I mean, Monaco, people having issues, you know, just one touch, you lose your wheel. And then you come to Azerbaijan, the track is a lot wider. There's a lot more overtaking spots. I mean, the corners are basically 90 degree angles, so you can just dive one in, I mean, send one in, and, you know, basically get the job done, because it's always, like, straight and then the corner, so you can overtake easily. But I wonder
Yeah.
how it's going to be in the wet. I think qualifying was quite important here, and unless Codemaster throws another curveball at us with how the weather is going to work, then
Yeah, that's always a question mark there.
Hugo and Vex at 2000s between each other.
So down the grid, we have Sumidiot and Paul, Vexit P2, Hugo's P3, Copy P4, Jenna P5, Mizzo in 6, so the AlphaTauri boys and the McLarens strong this weekend as well. Assassin in P7, Timo in P8, Fluffy Day P9, and then Silent Ace rounds up the top 10. We have only 5 runners outside of that, but their qualifying wasn't that strong.
So is the stream working or not?
What are you saying?
Is the stream working or not?
What do you mean?
Is it working?
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't remember you. I don't remember you responding before. I might have just zoned out when asked. Well, anyways, we're on here for 40 minutes of Bakugan.
It is. It looks really rainy.
Is it gonna be rainy for the
So,
whole race though?
I don't know. My insider information
Who was your insider
said that it was
information?
going to be a wet race. That would be some idiot. Said that it's going to be a wet race, but he didn't say any specifics of it. So I guess we'll see how the weather
It's
develops.
either gonna be wet the whole race because it's gonna rain, or it's because we're gonna start crying. Then we can dissect that even more. Like, are you gonna start crying because you're gonna be sad, or because you're gonna laugh that loud? I'd prefer laughing. Then
Yeah.
if it would come down to laughing, then I think these guys would have to pull off some some interesting stuff.
Definitely.
Definitely.
I can't speak,
Anyways.
but that's all right. We already
Here
knew
we
that.
go for this long formation lap. We can ride on board with Danny, the person who didn't have the best qualifying. Or had the worst one.
No, well, I'd more say that he didn't have one.
Yeah.
Because he didn't make any laps, or, well, he tried, but then he did something and completely broke his front wing on that one try that he had, and that was it for him, pretty much. Any predictions for the race?
Some idiot. Oh, Fluffy Dave AI. The back. Yeah, so no one really wants to get him disqualified here because it's important to get the temperature in the tires, especially the intermediate. And the predicted pit stop strategy says it's a 2-stop. No, it's a 1-stop. Or a 2-stop. It always says that.
Which one is it?
Jonah actually almost loses it as well.
Oh boy.
This is gonna be fun.
Is Fluffy Dave driving,
It's
or is
AI.
he? Oh, okay.
I've actually went straight in the castle section. What? What is happening?
I don't know.
Oh no.
That's a good question. Also, Janab is quite slow behind. Oh, almost. Well, now he's in control of the car, but almost lost it into T14. Weirdly enough, I don't know what's going on. I guess everything's okay, but I don't know. I guess if they let AI 10 control, they're just extremely slow in the wet conditions on the formation lap.
As people are lining on the grid here, Samidia, Vex, and Hugo are already there. Everyone else behind are a bit further off, especially with Mizzo coming up next. The whole pack is going inside of each other almost.
Yep.
A classic Codemasters moment right there.
Yep. It's always interesting to see the cars line up in the grid because they just keep spacing through each other and eventually setting up into their own grid slots. Mizzo's tires they're pretty cold. Yanab has pretty good warmth in them. I can actually see the Compy has really cold tires, according to what
Okay,
I can spectator see, and race about
race
to
is
start.
about to start. As the lights go on, and they're gonna go off just like they went on, and the Azerbaijan Rapid Races Grand Prix starts here. And off the line, everyone's gonna be going quite slow. These wet conditions, and Vex, it seems like he got a really good start leading into turn 1, and in the back, the two McLarens going side by side, and then Jenna fighting back really good, and some idiot, and the two McLarens touch, and there's more contact in the back, and I don't even know what's happening. And then going wide, someone picked up wing damage. I think both McLarens got something off there. Kopi picks up a 5-second penalty, and there's a virtual safety
They
car.
also get a virtual safety car for that incident in T1. So there was some wings flying over there, and Yona also gets a 5-second penalty for collision with Kope.
And I think it was just going for wide, and some idiot got hooked to a McLaren, and then the McLaren got hooked into the other McLaren, so they just lost a lot of positions, all of them. Some idiot down to P8, but Janab and Mizzo, really well done off the start, P2 and P3.
Yeah, we'll have to see about this VSC
ending
restart,
here.
because we have, oh no, and we have Jonah going directly towards the wall because he has hard wing damage from the start there. So Hugo's also has an end plate missing, and some idiot always losing all.
Yes,
or
some
blah,
idiot also has an
always,
end
what?
plate missing.
Yeah, he's already losing positions at the start. Hugo's is down to 14. Blue actually goes right past him. Yeah, that wing damage in the wet on this track is not great. Jonah is actually dropping really far behind. His wing damage is such severe that he can't make the car turn into Castle. He's gonna have to hope for a safety car here.
A person that is in a really good spot though is Timo. I don't want to jinx him. He's yet to score a point, and last week he was fighting with Triton in Monaco when Triton got his first point. Of course, Triton was I think he was happier with a P10 1 point than some people were with a podium. But yeah, Timo was saying he's yet to score a point, and of course he was really low morally, saying that he's not gonna score a point as Mizzo goes past Jen up here. Because probably some team orders.
And Danny makes the move on Higgsy on that straight as well. Higgsy got his exit to that straight compromised a little bit because his back end got thrown out a little bit, but
so they're not pitting for wing damage.
Tolga makes a move. Yep, Tolga makes a move on Timo into T1, T2, and actually gets that position. That's a pretty good overtake. Now they're going to fight for position. No, he's just going to try to break the slipstream, which isn't that crazy in this game, in my opinion. You don't really gain that much from slipstream.
You don't, but you generally do still gain something. And in the rain, slipstream is really what is going to give you speed. Since you don't have DRS, using overtake is a suicide button. So.
Yep, pretty much.
So as I was saying, Timo, I think Timo wants to score points. I'd feel bad if I jinxed him now, but he's in a really good spot.
Yeah, I'd rather not talk about those things because I know the commentator's curse is actually a thing. So yeah, it definitely is. So just gonna refrain from saying anything.
So Jonah and Fluffy Dave, both of them pit, everyone else staying out, even if they have wing damage.
That's an interesting strat. Staying out with wing damage. I can't imagine that is fun to drive.
Assassin and Tolga both are on the back of Jen up here. Tolga is getting quite close, I think. Assassin is getting quite close. As Janab actually makes a mistake. Oh, and Assassin almost loses it.
So does Assassin, yeah, gets on the power way too early and unsettles the car, and he is squirming all over the place. Oh, and he actually hits the wall a little bit, but doesn't get any wing damage, I don't think. No, but that's going to give his teammate Tolga a chance to fly past.
He was just on overtake through that last section of turns 16 to 20. That's
brave.
He's packing quite a package, I think. A package of courage and bravery.
Oh,
yeah,
right. Yes. Higgsy apparently gets T1 all wrong, and that gives some idiot the chance to pounce and get that position.
So Higgsy.
Now he's got a silent ace all over behind him.
Higgsy is in a sandwich of 2021 Aston Martin. Wait, his helmet. Doesn't it have the same coloring scheme as Ricardo's helmet from last year?
I think so. Yeah,
It does.
pretty similar at least.
I just noticed that. So what's happening on track? If we look down the grid, we got this battle of almost 5 cars for P8.
Yep. There's a gap forming between Vexit, Mizzo, and Jenab. Jenab is currently 4 seconds behind his teammate. And Vexit is actually pulling away from Mizzo here. No DRS, of course, because we're in the wet conditions, because that would be absolute suicide. So that's going to be disabled. Jenab is actually losing way more time to the cars in front, almost half a second through Sector 2 there, which is interesting. Can't keep my camera on that car because it's rev bugged for me, and that sounds absolutely horrible.
Yeah, what I feel like Jenab, either he is sandbagging a bit, or he's driving purposely slow to build a gap to Mizzo.
He's also underfueled the car, so
so
I
has
don't
Mizzo. Both of them did underfuel the car.
really, yeah, I don't really have any clue on why Janab would be going that slowly, because it doesn't look like he has any damage either. So I don't know. I guess we'll see.
As Lux is going here on the back of Silent Ace, he's not going to go for a move, but it's a 4-man train, soon to be 5, almost 6, with Kopi and Hugo, both of Kopi and Hugo just losing out tremendously on lap 1.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for that incident in T1, but that's well, it's Baku, so it's a little bit to be expected at this time, wouldn't it? I think.
Baku.
I don't know.
Well done, Baku.
Yeah, well done, Baku. So we have 2 trains forming on the grid right now. Well, we have the pair of Vexit and Mizzo up in the lead. And there's a 6-second gap to Jenab, and Jenab is actually holding up quite a few cars behind him right now. So Olga, Assassin, Timo, and Danny are close behind, and there's the train from some idiot
I
downwards.
actually see a bit of sun peeking out through the clouds.
You do?
Yeah, when they were going up the castle section, if you go with Hugo on board, when you go up castle, there is a bit of sunlight coming through the skies. A package of clouds is not there, so yeah. We might be seeing the rain go away.
To have the, yeah, it will be interesting to see if the conditions develop any more from this. And the gap to Mizzo and Janab is just going up lap by lap. I mean, Janab has already lost almost 2 seconds on lap 4 right now.
Jonah is on the back of Fluffy
Good.
Dave there,
That's it.
and the very far back of the grid. And so overtaking in the wet. It's not going to be the easiest, as Danny is going side by side with Timo on the straight, and he actually gets past him. An easy move on the straight. I feel like I'm saying this so much. Every time
Yeah.
there's a move, I just say an easy move. Someone goes side by side through radio, that was an easy move.
Yeah. Jonah actually has to get past Fluffy Dave here, because for me, at least it's saying that Fluffy Dave is still an AI. So, I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but he really needs to get past him right here, because otherwise that car is going to hold him up for the rest of the race, and if there's no safety car, oh, almost gets it really wrong. Has overtake on, which completely explains why he almost killed himself right there.
It's Fluffy Dave AI, look at him defend though. So,
Is he defending, or is he just driving?
because he moved on the inside. Oh, and they have contact. I don't know if it was AI or if it was a genuine person, but
I don't know.
because it doesn't say AI for me, that's the thing. And I think AI would be
Oh.
ghosted. I don't think it is AI. But anyways,
know.
back to the
I-
real
I-
battle
I-
here. I'm not saying that wasn't, but
Oh! Hugo's just hit the wall in Castle. And I believe he lost his other end plate.
yes, he's missing both of them now. Oh no, Hugo's.
Yep.
It went from bad to worse. So on a track he dislikes.
It went from... Yeah, I've assumed that he,
Oh, and there's a yellow flag
Oh,
in sector 2,
there's
and that's I think Silent
That's
Ace.
Silent
It's
Ace.
fun.
Yeah, Silent Ace and Lou. I think both of them. There might have been an incident between those, but I Could be that Silent Ace is also just spun, and as he's Austin powers himself between the two walls there, trying to make sure that he doesn't get any more wing damage, but that's gonna, well, cost him a lot of
So
time.
Luke has wing damage now. Kopi has wing damage, I think. Hugo has wing damage as well, and he's gonna go into the pits here. Or no, he's gonna stay out? No, he's coming in. No. Yeah, he's coming into the pits.
Yep.
So Luke has brain...
He did not pit.
Oh, and he actually goes
So-
wide in turn 2!
Yep, locked up and just went straight on.
That's what happens when you're missing your front wing. Or
Yep.
when you have damage.
Yep, pretty much.
Oi, oi, oi. I mean, he has a big brain. Never mind. Someone
What the?
it's automatic when I say damage. Anyways, Danny is on the back of this this Ferrari train on the back of Jenab. Jenab is 10 seconds off as well. I don't know what the pit window is. It's like 25 seconds or so.
Is it? I think so. Yeah,
Might be even shorter.
could be. Is
I
it?
don't know.
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to people pitting coming out of
Yeah,
the
me
pits.
neither.
Great, good
That's
job.
Pretty good talk. Pretty good conversation.
Definitely.
You could just check Jonah's lap times, to be honest, from when he pit. Actually, not Jonah.
I
Check
could.
Hugo's when he crosses the finish line. What his lap time is going to be.
Okay. Yep. I'll keep that in mind.
So we can see the delta there. Keep in mind that's also like 4 or 5 extra seconds for the wing chain.
Good point. Do we have someone just? No.
As Tolga is looking on the inside of Janab here, but he's not gonna go for it. And I think he has better traction, but then because of overtake, he loses it a bit. But into turn 2, he's sending it on the inside, side by side. Might have been a bit of wheel banging, and they're still going side by side out of the corner there. And Janab gets a better exit this time around. With overtake, he stays in front. And Tolga might be fighting back into the next corner. Tolga's really low on ERS.
Tolga is, oh god, he's going out around the outside, almost hits the back tire of Janab there, but stays clean. He's still on overtake, so unless he, there we go. I was about to say that, unless he turns that one off, he's definitely going to spin and die at some
And there in the
point,
back,
but,
Danny is looking for a move onto Assassin. So this is getting really feisty, and Timo is now caught up back to the train as well.
Into the chicane? Oh, that's an interesting choice to make a move on, but I guess the track is wide enough. Yeah, but I mean, could you make a move into that chicane?
You definitely could.
Okay. Okay.
So Mizzo has a 12-second gap already, almost 13 seconds. Check Hugo's time now, if you can.
Oh, right. Sure. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Race director and to Hugo's. Hugo's time on lap 6 was a 2 minute 15. And the fastest time that he has made is a 1:56.9. So yeah, that's about 20 seconds.
20 seconds with a wing change.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it's like 16, I guess.
I guess
Tolga is going into the pits here. Was the first man into the pits. Danny and Assassin fighting. Danny on the outside into turn 1. Assassin defending on the inside. And I think Danny with better traction gets the job done. And now Timo is on the back of them both.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind that the lap times that they made is with broken wings and they can't push as much because we just saw Vexit do the fastest lap on 7-lap all inters, which is a 1:53. So if you're pitting with wing damage and get a 2:15, then that's quite a lot of time lost in pits.
Yeah, definitely. Danny having an outstanding performance here as well, starting last and now being 1 second behind P3. And he does actually have the pace on Janab as well. Janab has been struggling quite a lot for this entirety of the race.
As I'm seeing the rain easing up a little bit, and there's actually some rays of sunlight breaking through the clouds.
That's what I was saying before when we were going through Castle. Please listen to me.
But it was still raining quite a
still
bit
is.
when you said that. Well, no, not for me.
Alright, well, I guess, you know, it's client side.
I guess. Spectator bug. Like, there's a million of them.
Stick bug.
Stick bug?
Stick. Danny
Okay.
onto John up here. Doesn't get the better exit. Both of them are equal on ERS as well.
Ooh. As Danny decides to Tokyo drift it through that corner. That was turn 14, I believe.
That thing goes really wide, touches the
gets
wall with his rear wheel.
Bonks into the wall a little bit. I heard the crunch all the way over here. And Assassin on the back of him. Assassin almost has full ERS, so does Danny and Jenna, already deploying it to stay ahead of these two guys. Now the gap between Jenna and Mizzo is 15 seconds, whereas Mizzo has been staying on the back of Vexit the entire time, keeping the gap between 1.5 and 1.8, sorry.
Danny onto John up
Here
here.
is
Is he gonna do
open
a
for
repeat on last lap move? On the outside. Getting really close to those wheels, but with better traction, he gets the job done.
It's a good
It's
move.
a really good move. So Danny is up to P3
It's a clean move, and yeah, it's a clean move and it's a good move. There is no DRS for Janab to gain here, so unless he gets a better exit out of that corner, which he doesn't, he's not going to be able to make the move. I can't speak. It's all right. Idiot sets the fastest lap time with a 1:53.9 on fresh inters.
So Tolga, the person that was on the back of Janab before, struggling quite a lot to get past him, is now behind Kopi. So definitely Tolga had the pace on Janab, but didn't go for a move. And I don't know. I feel like he lost quite a lot of time, and now Danny might be in that net position right now. So Tolga's having issues with the car of Kopi here, while as Danny is in clean air. So
yeah,
already 1.6.
As Alan commenting on Twitch and saying if the rain was going to go off, Tolga wouldn't have pitted, which is completely correct. I mean, if the rain wouldn't ease off in like a few laps, he would have just made sure those inters lasted a little bit longer and he could have pit to the dry compound tire. As we saw Jonah pouncing into the pits for another wing and a fresh set of inters, and now he's back behind Fluffy Dave's AI again, if that's AI. And did he just break his wing again? Oh, no, he didn't. I just heard him crunch against the wall, but he didn't actually do anything. As I think Fluffy Dave...
He lets him go past. I don't think that's AI.
As
As I actually see Tolga and Kopi going side by side, watching Fluffy and Jonah, with the beautiful camera, I was able to see the main straight. And Tolga gets the job done on Kopi.
Alright, I guess that's the advantage of those fresh inters compared to the ones that have gone for 9 laps, and I don't think Copy has... Yeah, Copy still has the wing damage. As somebody says, another fastest lap of the race with a 1:53.4. Keeps going faster and faster.
So I wonder, are they going to be able to get to the end on the tires they pit to now? That's Tolga, for example, 16 laps, 17. Is that going to be achievable? Maybe.
I don't know. I think that's quite the stretch, because people have been pitting onto new tires, well, already quite a few laps ago, 2-3 laps ago. Those tires are definitely not going to make it to the end if people pit that early. I mean, I guess they did have some wing damage as well, but I don't think they last that long. I actually don't know. We'll see.
One person that I know can definitely make tires last is Mr. P10, Mr. 1 Point, who's been having quite an unfortunate season so far. Remember back to his race in Monaco last week, he was up there starting in P4 or P3, one of those two. Or he was starting towards the front, and then he had that accident causing him to completely spin out in the swimming pool and be dead last.
Yeah. Yeah.
And today again he had an accident from after starting from pole. So really unlucky for him. Really good qualifying sessions all around, and then in the race he just
hasn't had karma come his way, I guess.
Season is still long. Is it that long? We're almost at halfway point now. This is round 8.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Baku used to be
As we
around
have
4
Assassin.
like last year.
Yeah. Assassin into the pitch, actually changing his wing, dropping from quite the few positions down into P8. Copy dives in behind him, so I guess the tires. Well, those are both with damage, so can't really gauge the performance from that. Because we have the top 6 having still pit.
So the thing is, either those tires last you to the end, or there's gonna be a short dry spell towards the end. Because we saw people were doing 2 runs only in qualifying. So I feel like they
Yeah.
might have been keeping a set of soft tires for the end of the race.
Completely possible. Solanese is on the back of Lou. Is he going to get the... Oh, gets the better exit out of that T2,
Still gaining
but
speed onto
gets it a
him
little
with
bit
overtake.
wrong. Still getting speed, yeah, the wings are pretty high on that Mercedes, not the pink one. The pink one is going to make a move to the inside, and that's a pretty solid move there.
Even after that messy exit, it was still an easy move.
Yeah,
This is just my catchphrase
weird.
now. Easy move.
Yeah, it's just easy moves all around.
Easy moves all around. When are we gonna see an easy move for the lead here? Mizzo is almost 2 seconds off of Vex though.
Don't think we'll be seeing an easy move off the I can't speak. From the lead, because Mizzo's been losing time to Vexit pretty much consistently. Timo is 7/10 behind Jenab for P4. Keep in mind, everyone in the top 6 still has to pit, and apparently they're also taking their tires for a lot longer than I expected them to. Timo actually gaining him as PB right now with those old inters.
Yellow flag in sector 3, and that is, I think, Assassin, who
Assassin has gotten an exit out of the corner, apparently wrong, but does he have any damage?
doesn't look like he has damage.
He does not, so he's probably just bumped the side of his car into the wall.
He was forced to
trying
brake.
to...
He was moving quite slowly.
Yeah. Which would indicate that he's probably been having intimate contact with the wall, which is not great to have with these cars.
What kind of contact?
Intimate?
Intimate contact with a wall. Well, it is 2020 after all.
It is, yeah, exactly. Anything can happen this year.
Timo 8/10 off. If it would be a dry race, he would be in the RS range. But then again, if it was dry race, I think Jenna would have quite a lot more pace.
Yep.
I think he was definitely caught off guard by the rain.
I think so as well, and there's really nothing happening right now on the grid.
Except for Timo closing into Jenna, 4/10 off now.
Yeah, that's the only thing happening really. We don't have any other fights going on. There's quite a few pairings of cars going around the track right now, but no one's really fighting for position as Vexit pits for another set of inters. As I said, that the pit window is now open for the intermediate tires. It's lap 13 to 17 for those, so
what?
Lots of people pitting really early. Will Danny get Vexit out of the pit exit here?
Pit Vexit?
He does. Pit Vexit? Yes, he does.
Danny's actually net P3 here. It's a really good job from him.
Yeah.
The Janab is pitting as well, so Timo goes up to P4 now. So this is where everyone on the old tires is going to be pitting. Higgsy and Timo, both of them stayed out for 12 laps. And
that's going to be interesting between the two Renaults, because they're not far enough from each other to... Are they far enough from each other to actually double stack?
Yeah, just Higgsy actually gets overtaken here by Tolga, so Higgsy's losing time. Higgsy is already 10 seconds. I think 10 seconds is enough. Having
a bit of struggles on those older inters there. The pit window is open as Lou actually pits in for another set of tires and apparently a front wing change. Yes, a front wing change. Has both end plates missing, so he's gotten some damage there.
So this is actually really bad for Vexit, since Danny is in front of him, and Vexit is going to be losing time here behind Danny. So Mizzo is going to have the chance to pull away. As there's a yellow flag in
I
sector
would
2,
assume.
and that's
Oh no, that's
Higsy
Higgsy. He's into the
in
wall,
Castle.
into the in Castle. Yeah. So looking good for him before that, but now it's gone all wrong. His actually is also his in lap. I'm pretty sure. Like
Well,
indicating from the wrench mark on his HUD.
if they
Uh-oh.
wanna double stack, I think the gap is big enough now.
Well, it's
As
definitely
Danny's
yes.
pitting and Vagza goes up to P2 here. So is Mizzo pitting. Coming out of the pits,
Mizzo's
yeah,
actually on the
Vagza gets
pit.
out in front.
Exit has done the undercut and is actually going to. Well, the gap stays the same. Exactly the same,
Actually,
actually.
no, Mizzo gained 2/10.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's all right.
That's actually pretty good. Tolga up to P4 now. Danny comes out in front of Tolga, so Danny comes out in net P3. And Tolga is an older intermediate, so he might need to pit one more time. And there's a safety car.
Oh, and there's a full call safety car.
Happened?
What happened?
Someone definitely died. Who was it though?
No one's dead.
It might be debris in Castle. If we go on board with
Is it?
exit here.
Do you know who actually gained a whole ton from that?
Who did?
I think Higgsy got to I think he served his penalty somehow. Can you serve penalties under safety car?
Why is there a Renault staying still on track? Oh, that's the safety car. Why is the safety car the same color?
Excuse me, that's definitely not a Renault.
It looks the same.
So do we have any idea why that just happened?
No clue. Maybe race director just said no, spice up the race a bit.
What? Where did the safety car come from? Anyway, this is gonna spice up the race quite a bit because, well, most of the people here on the grid actually just got completely screwed by that. But
one person that is not gonna love this is Timo.
no, definitely not.
He had a lead, he's in a really good spot, and now this happens. Tolga and Submidiate are gonna be loving this. Those tires might even get nurtured to the end now because of the safety car.
Yep. Somebody at the tire whisperer is, well, he is the man
Tolga
to do that.
is pitting. One more time. Tolga doesn't think he can get to the end, and so is Submidiate. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so they're going to decide to pit for here, but they're going to have to fight for those positions as they come out. Gonna lose some positions, but the gap to Higgsy behind is so much, and also Hugo's actually pits. Well, he was the worst one out there because he had, well, would have started on 8 laps on passengers, and as Sanix decides to crack all of our ears.
Sorry.
That's okay.
My headphones are, they're really uncomfortable for some reason.
Oh.
I thought I muted myself, but I guess not.
I think it's the actual muting that makes the sound.
Oh, okay. I thought you heard me moving my headset around.
No, I think it's just like when you mute yourself, there's just like a crunch.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that.
But anyway,
I don't know why it does that.
That's a good question.
It's annoying. Really is.
Yeah. I'm really interested in knowing what actually happened to cause this safety car to come out, because I didn't see a single incident on the track.
I didn't see a single yellow flag before the safety car. It just was full course yellow all of a sudden.
Yeah. That's weird.
It's gonna be time to check the replay after.
Yeah, I don't think we actually caught any of it on camera. No, we didn't.
Oh, it was just safety car. There's nothing to be caught on camera. Maybe Higgsy had that spin and the game just decided, well, maybe that was deserving of a safety car. Because in a real race, if someone spun like Higgsy did, that would have definitely been a safety car. from a what was shaping up to be an uneventful race towards the end.
We'll actually have an eventful race towards the
Yeah.
end, I think. And as Alan said in Twitch chat, the cause of the safety car will be investigated after the race. Insert one of those pop-ups from the stewards saying that incident between car blank and car blank will be investigated after the race.
I wonder.
As the what do you wonder?
Like, oh, like why the safety car actually came out. It's
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Question.
I feel like the reason
We'll
probably
see.
was actually Higgsy spinning. And the
But the safety car didn't get deployed until way later after
it got
that,
deployed
right?
like the same lap, but yeah, it was quite later.
The same lap, yeah, but like I thought he would have been deployed like as he was stuck. But his car did ghost and it did let people through, which doesn't really make sense and why it would cause a safety car in that case.
Yeah, I'm quite clueless myself. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, the grid as it is now is Vexit, Mizzo, and Danny in top 3. Danny, I mean, what can I say? What a drive from him so far.
Oh yeah, definitely. At least some redemption from last week. Did he not race last week?
Did
Oh no, I can't remember.
race. I think. Anyway.
Professionalism at its peak right here.
He did race.
Okay,
I
good.
think.
Good. I would assume so as well. Yeah. I wonder when the safety car is actually
It's
going to
gonna
come in
stay
here.
out for I think a bit more because Lou is quite far back.
Yeah. That's actually true. He's currently heading up to Castle, whereas the rest of the grid is pretty much on the final. Or with the.
This is also my first time seeing Lou in the race,
I can't
so
talk.
you know, if Lou you watch over this, welcome to RACERS. If it is your first race, I don't know who it is, so
Yep.
I
same,
haven't
me
seen
either.
him before, so I'm gonna presume it's a new person. If that's the case, welcome. If not, welcome back.
Good for us to acknowledge that on lap 17 of the race.
While he's
But,
catching
hey,
up to the
better-
safety car when he's 25 seconds behind.
I mean, better late than never.
Yeah. At least something.
Yeah. I mean, at least we acknowledged him.
Yeah, I think safety car might
You
be
know?
coming in this lap. Looking at the track map, either this or next
The grid
lap.
is bunched up enough, but we'll see.
How do we pronounce his name? Is it Lou? Is it Lux? Lo?
I think it's supposed to be a French way, but I don't know French. Or French Canadian, I don't know. Man, I'm just pulling things out of my hat.
I'm gonna stick to Lou.
Yeah, Lou is
Lou's
easy.
easy.
Lou's easy.
He's actually pushing a lot, having a lot of wheel spin.
I think he has to, because the game is like, hey, catch up or it will delete you or something. I don't know.
When you get obliterated by Codemasters. That truly is a Codemasters 2020 moment.
Yep. Legit. At least the safety car was, because that's just like completely reset the entire race. Which I don't mind, because hey, at least we'll get to see something. Except it might be just chaotic.
I don't mind it either.
But it does give Mizzo a chance, because he wasn't really that well off. He couldn't like make the gap any less to Vexit there, and also Janab as well lost a lot of time to the cars, and the safety car is in this lap.
So Lou is really far back, and he's actually being slowed down as well. He can't go faster. Oh, and now he can.
That's interesting. Waiting for the people to actually pull away on the main straight
See
here.
when they start. It's really hard to get a restart on this track since you're already on a straight. It's all about going. No overtake until the line, and Vexit goes here. So Vexit.
Everyone twitching a little bit to try to get some extra warmth in those tires, and as we head off on the safety car restart, nobody really got an amazing restart. There's something going on at the back of the grid there, with cars going side by side. Tolga actually making a move on Assassin into T1. So is Fluffy Dave going into making a move on Copy there, but Copy stays in front. Silent Ace, Jonah swap positions. Jonah with a lot of speed into T2, almost goes into the back of Higgsy. And
In the front though, Jenna and Danny is going for a move onto Mizo here. He was almost going on his outside. And in the back there, Kopi and Fluffy Dave, both of them fighting as well. Going into turn 3, bumping wheels, and Kopi stays in front.
Same thing for Samediat and Assassin. Samediat actually defends his position from Assassin there,
and
I think.
In the back, Hugo and Assassin. Or, yeah, Hugo and Assassin through the chicane. And, yeah, so that's a chicane move we were talking about before. But Assassin has the inside line here for castle section, or coming into it. A really tight section, really hard to go side by side. And are they gonna go side by side through castle?
Someone's gonna have to let up, and that someone is going to be Hugo's this time around. Assassin is just way far ahead in that section, and you can't go side by side, or otherwise you're just boned.
Yeah, that was some good racing from both of them though. It was really fun to watch. But looking back here in front, Tolga is closing up to Timo. Tolga 3/10 off of Timo. Samediat 6/10 off Tolga. They are quite close to each other as well. And,
yeah, and also
Tolga going for a move.
Does,
and no, was it not? Oh, my bad. It looks scary, but
Samediat is on the back of Tolga now.
Backs off.
Probably gonna wait for this for these kinks to go past to open us up ERS, but is too far back now to make a move.
I think Tolga was thinking on a move on Timo, but he had to brake quite a lot because it was quite a late dive.
He's currently way on the back of Timo. He's going to pull up alongside of him. He's going to try to break him to T1, takes the inside line. Timo with some respectable racing, leaving a lot of space. They're going side by side. They're still side by side going into T2.
The yellow flag in sector 1, and that's
yellow flag in sector
Jonah.
1. That is Jonah.
Who lost it and retires. But anyways, back to Tolga and Timo. Tolga gets past, and Saviri gets past as well. Timo loses 2 places.
Oh no, did he compromise his exit out of T2?
I'm not entirely sure. He doesn't have damage. I'm guessing it was the exit out of turn 2, yes.
Yeah.
And
must have been. That's a spot to lose a lot of positions, and something has gone wrong with something's gone wrong in that T1. I don't know what's happened, but
oh, in the back there, side by side, Assassin and Hugo again through castle section, a repeat of last lap. And is Hugo gonna yield this time around? No, this time Assassin yields, and Hugo gets the job done. So a really nice overtake from him. And now
absolutely good move into that section right there. Something's gone wrong somewhere, because Higgsy is losing a lot of time, and it doesn't seem like he has any damage to me on my screen, but he's just staying in really high gears and just coasting through every sector, which is interesting. Does he have a puncture?
No, definitely not a puncture. He might be having wheel issues.
Oh my lord. Yeah, it could be a technical issue as well for him, that something's broken or gone or something. I don't know. Vexit's that's the fastest time of the session with a 1:52.5. Train is forming some little trains along the main straight here. Anyone making a move into T1 this lap around? No, no one's close enough to do that.
Hugo closed up to team already, 6/10 last lap. Or since he got past Silent Assassin, since he got past Assassin. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. These are street race circuits are...
They just mess with your brain as we have the stewards. Because he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so assuming he can't brake, so there's something. Yeah, he's retired from the session. Speaking of retirements, the retirement for Jonah on retiring on track will be investigated after the race,
Interesting.
since retiring on track is not allowed.
Yeah, Higgsy also retired in the pits, but he didn't do it the right way. I like the code message. It's stupid that they did it this way, but at least it's done. If you retire when you're, or at least this is what I noticed, because I have, like, if your pit entry or whatever is manual, right? If you retire when you're in your pit box, you are going to, your car is not going to drive back out on track. Samir is pushing Tolga through the corners, almost. Okay, yeah. So yeah, if you're retired, if you retire while they're changing your wheels, you're not gonna go out back on track. So your car is gonna stay in the pits. That is what I've noticed from all my retirements. People say retiring is bad. When I retire every race, it is I am obtaining
you have some
knowledge.
hands-on experience
Yeah,
from that?
I'm obtaining knowledge for everyone else to use. As Danny, Mizzo, and Vexit, all of them pulled away again. Janab dropping off once more. In the back there, Assassin and Hugo fighting it out once more.
Once again?
Yep, Hugo's.
Somebody is all on the back over with Tolga, going to T2. Tolga gets defensive there and covers up the inside line for that. It's all about the exit for T2 now. Somebody gets it a little bit wrong, has some wheel spin. Still gains a little bit of time, but actually eventually loses it out. Tolga is looking for a move on Janab. Too far back, can't do anything about that. Does not have the DRS. Is Hugo's going to look for a move on Timo on this lap? I assume he will, because he's close enough.
A bit slidey there to the corner. That was turn 4. Yep.
Yep.
I really have to go probably count the corners to get to the
Yeah. Getting to Castle Tolga is really close to Janab right now.
This whole train is really close to each other. Also, Silent Ace, Coffee, Fluffy Dave, also on that train. So.
Yeah. I mean, you're saying that. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, like the podium sitters, and then there's a train from 4th to essentially 11th. Well, the entire grid, apart from Lou. Sorry, Lou.
There goes beside Idiot and Tolga down into turn 16. 16. 17.
16?
16.
16. 16. That's 17.
That's 18.
That's 18.
That's 19.
That's 19. And now going up to turn 28 right here.
Wow, what a turn.
Yep.
Oh, it just goes straight.
Yeah, what a turn. Pretty much.
Tolga on the back of Genevieve with slipstream.
Tolga is going to look for that move.
Janab covering the inside.
Gonna stay on the back, go down to the outside. Who's gonna break later for this T1? That's gonna be Tolga. They have a little bit of a touch, but that is fine there. Timo and Hugo is actually fighting for the position back there in P7, P8. Assassin now right next to Hugo's. Assassin goes a little bit wide into T2. Hugo's loses it on the exit. Silent Ace actually gains from this, and now he's on the back of Hugo's. They're going to go... No, they're not going to go through by...
Kopi's going to fight back here as well. Kopi is looking for a move on Assassin.
Oh no, an Assassin! He actually saves Silent Ace from spinning. He actually hits his rear tire, and now Assassin is getting compromised from Copy there as well. Saved Assassin Ace from going into the wall right there, and though he would have moved, but I was going to lose out on that fight with Copy. Actually bumps him a little bit forward and drops down to P11 from
Assassin and Copy having quite a lot of touches there while that was happening, so I don't know what's up with that one. I think Assassin lifted, so... Oh, wait, Copy lost it in Castle!
Oh no.
Copy spun backwards, yellow flag, and there's a VSC.
Yeah, that's a virtual safety car for sure. He's going to Austin Powers it in this Castle section. That just hurts to look at. There's nothing really he can do about that, but so far the McLarens haven't had their race today. Oh no, Silent Ace breaks way too late into T15 and taps the wall, but I think he survived without getting damage. Yeah, he did. Any visible damage at least. He might have gotten some light green damage out of that, but See if that impacts his performance. I can't freaking talk.
Don't worry, next week it's Canada. That's much more relaxed.
Oh boy.
Nothing ever happens in Canada, does it? VSC. We don't know when it's gonna.
Ooh, Janab
Kopi
just.
retires. Yeah, I think Kopi spun as Lou picks up a 3
Lou just
second
got
speeding.
Oh.
Lou, no.
Lou just got to drive through that. That's his race, pretty much.
And Kopi, I think Kopi lost it on his way to the pits. On the straight. Without a front wing, it's easy to lose it in the dry. So
Yeah.
in the wet, it's a death trap.
Yeah, the issue is compounded by the fact that it's actually wet. One thing that is realized that the drive-through that we just saw, I haven't seen any other penalties from anyone else race. Like any 3-second time penalties for corner cutting. There were 5-second penalties, yes, and I believe Hugo's was one of them, but he's most likely served that one by now. Because, everyone has pit.
Right.
But I haven't seen any corner cutting penalties thus far. I mean, there's not really any corners you can cut that much, but
there's the entry.
The exit out of Castle, entry into Castle, exit out of Castle.
Turn one is a big one.
I mean, yeah, there's quite a few. I just haven't seen any.
It's really good keeping the clean. And before the final screen opens up and we were just not getting the pop-ups and everyone has 3 penalties. Now that would be quite a plot twist, huh?
Yeah, that would be quite a plot twist, but I don't think that we have anything like that going on. Most of the drivers on the grid actually have 0 warnings, so yeah, some people just have 1 warning, but I think this race is going to be pretty clean when it comes to penalties. Surprising.
We see some idiot Timo and Hugo close to each other. Actually, no, Timo, Hugo, and Silent Ace.
Oh, and Samidia and Janab are going side by side. They actually bump wheels a little bit into that corner. They're still going side by side into T2, but Janab has that inside line. Samidia's going to have to give that one up. Nizo and Vexit actually changing positions.
Hugo and Timo as well. Hugo gets past Timo, and so does Silent Ace. Timo gets a really bad exit there out of turn 2.
Silent Ace is actually challenging Hugo's for that corner into T3. Hugo's breaks really late and goes quite deep, but keeps onto the position. Samidia and Janab still fighting for that position in P5. Samidia is keen to getting more points out of this, considering the race that he's had thus far.
Now Assassin is on the back of Timo as well.
When did Mizzo go for the move on Vexit? I completely missed that one.
It wasn't a move. Vexit was 1 second in front of Mizzo at the start of the lap. I think Vexit just made a mistake. That's why Mizzo picked up the lead, because it's a 2.3 second gap already. What's this?
We have Assassin and Fluffy Dip going side by side into
Vexit has damage.
Oh no, that's not great. Fluffy Dip and Assassin decided to go side by side into Castle, and well, didn't end up well for Fluffy because he had to go pretty much straight into the wall. Didn't get any damage because he didn't hit the wall, but that final point scoring position is really... Assassin really wants some points from this session.
Yeah, he definitely does, and with Vexit having damage, this brings Danny 2 laps to go to gain 1 second onto Vexit and overtake him.
Yep. I mean, barring any major things at the end here, I'm pretty sure that the top 3 is set. Since the gap between Vexit and Mizzo is so big now that
Timo
he has
drops
damage.
To P10. Going side by side into turn 1. Yep, he is into P10.
He's going side by side with Assassin still. Assassin is just hammering it and trying to get past people to gain some more points because he was looking for more than that. But currently P9 is the best that he's going to be going for.
Timo has 1 more lap, or almost 2, to stay in this P10 and pick up his first point in Rapid Racers.
Yep. Will most likely be doing that, barring from miracles from Fluffy Dave, or if he makes a mistake, which I really hope he doesn't. That I said it.
So I don't know if Lou
But,
served his drive-through or not, but he, I'm guessing he didn't, since he's 7/10 off of P11 now.
I don't think he did, which is bad, because if he didn't, then that's a disqualification.
Anyways.
Isn't it? Yep.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna have to serve it this lap then. Danny though, on the back of Vexit here, 1 second off. He's got 1 lap to gain this, and through this sector here, I think he might be a bit more fast than the car in front.
Yeah. Danny, definitely the driver of the day for me thus far. He's had a
Don't
commanding
jinx it
race,
yet.
and
There's still a whole lap to go. What if he loses it? What if he dies now?
so far, that's not my fault. That's his fault.
6/10 off, 1 lap to go. Is he gonna make it into P2? 5/10 off.
Well, he still has T2, T3, pretty much the entire second sector here. If Vexit has damage, oh, and Vexit gets a really bad exit out of the T2. I think that's it. No, he's gonna fight for the position, goes to the inside line. Lou gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings
There's your penalty.
somehow in the pits. Yep. And speeding the pit lane as well. Sector 3 has a yellow
Blue
flag.
tires, and Danny gets the job onto Vexit here. Danny gets P2.
Yep.
So a really nice move from Danny as well.
Danny-
And just
Danny is in P2. Lou, sorry, not Lou. Vexit just does not have the downforce and not have the turn in for those corners with that damage. So way too slow.
Silent Ace
for
also goes
cars with-
past Hugo. Hugo makes a mistake. Hugo drops down to last place. And Timo is now going for a move on to Assassin, and Fluffy Dave is on the back of him now. So I think
I think something might have happened here, because I saw Silent Ace and and Hugo
Assassin
slow.
has damage. Assassin has massive damage on the front wing. Timo's getting past him.
Oh no, and Timo's gonna get past him pretty easily, so that's 2 points for him. No, not
4.
what? 2?
So
4?
Timo was
That's 4.
was trembling in P10 with Fluffy Dave behind for if he's even gonna score 1 point. He's now in P8, scoring 4. So really a really bad day for both McLarens today.
Yeah, definitely not. Absolutely not their race this time around. The changing conditions did not play into their hands as we watch Mizzo closing up to the finishing line, and that's gonna cross the line in P1.
Oh, what happened? Assassin retired.
And Assassin is dead.
Oh no, Assassin is dead. So
Assassin went into the wall in T15, and that's him gone as well.
everyone scores a point.
Hugo's, despite from everything, scores a point.
So Jenna crosses P5, had qualifying pace, but really put it in the race. So immediate P6,
Yeah, Jenna,
Ace
oh,
P7,
definitely.
and Timo scoring his first point, and that's not 1 but 4 points. Fluffy Dave finishes
That's 4.
P9, and then Hugo.
That's 4 points. That's 3 points more than he was hoping for, and he's probably going to be happy about
Probably
that.
hoping for more. He was running P5 at some point.
Oh, well, that's true.
Until the safety car came out.
Yep.
How was the race? That was quite a race.
That was interesting.
Driver of the day goes to Danny.
As-
No question.
Would agree on that one?
No question.
Yeah, definitely.
It is
No question about that one.
P15 to P2. I mean, just what a race from Danny.
Absolutely.
Mizzo as well, really well done. Both the AlphaTauris got off the line quite good, I think. Mizzo actually was no, Vexit got off the line phenomenally, taking the lead on lap 1.
Yeah.
And I think he threw it away there in the end, picking up damage. I don't really know what happened, but I think it was.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's also good races from both Mizzo and Danny, and definitely Vexit as well, almost keeping the lead for the entire race. Fastest lap also goes to Mizzo, gets an extra point, so 26 points for him this race. Race.
What a crack you had there.
It's a turn 15 from this, but I guess it's time for interviews.
Yeah, it is. Ade leaves the session. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
We have...
I completely forgot I'm hungry the last few laps.
Okay, but Let's, I guess, bring in anyone that wants to speak to us about the race and see what they thought of it.
Who wants to speak to us about the race, though?
I don't know. Do we have anyone wanting to speak to
These
us?
guys.
Nice one.
I muted myself on stream. Oh,
Oh, cool.
that was good. Oof.
Yeah.
Was it?
My eardrums like that.
Uh,
Try to see if anyone wants to come and speak to us. And we have Sergio Perez too, which is some
of course.
idiot. You could
It's
drag
always
him in
some
here.
idiot that wants to talk to us. I wonder why. Hello, some idiot.
Hello there.
Thoughts?
Can I ask a question first?
Yeah, you can ask.
Sure.
Who wrecked me off of turn 1?
On the start?
Yes.
Well,
Because Vexit pushed me, sent me deep, and then I tried to rejoin the track safely, and then someone hit me in the left rear and sent me into the fence.
from what I've seen, I think it was you caught onto, or the two McLarens behind that were going side by side with you and into towards turn 2. I think you got hooked to a McLaren, and you kind of got unhooked, but then the McLaren got unstable, and it got pushed a bit wide into the other McLaren. It got hooked there, and then I think one of those McLarens got thrown into you. So it was just a unfortunate series of events.
Yeah. I'm really frustrated over that race. That was a lot high emotion for me for this race. There's a lot of I've never been good in Baku, but I felt this week I had something really good that I could race with, and pole position in Baku, that's pretty good for me. There's a lot of reasons why I could say that, but it's just life is something, ain't it? It gives you a great opportunity and then snatches it away from you,
Yeah.
and just as quickly as it came.
Yeah.
Man, I just that just sucks, you know. I got bailed out by the safety car, but there was some bad driving going on the after this on the restart. I got put in the fence by Janab. I got put in the fence by Hugo. It just the turn 3 crash. I don't know if that's my fault, but I was not happy with Hugo because he literally bumped me straight in the fence and took away my chance to pass Janab. And I don't know what happened behind me there, but the restart, I don't know what was going on. That was freaking mayhem. Who actually won the race? I didn't even see who won.
That would be Miza.
Congrats to him. I think the podium was Vexit and Danny.
Yep.
That's a good race for
That
Danny.
was phenomenal for him.
I'm a little disappointed because off the start, it literally looked like Vexit left before I could even like drop my clutch. I just got wholly screwed on the sinking of the start. And that just put me side by side with Vexit, and he overshot T1 a little bit and sent me deep. And it's just that's really frustrating. That's some points back in the championship, but in general, just very frustrating day. Wanted it badly, and just wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, you're quite unlucky even from Monaco last week. At least this time around, it was a bit easier to at least do somewhat of a recovery.
Yeah, I wish the car was a little better in the wet. My brakes were just awful in traffic. Every time I'd touch the brakes in traffic, I would have a lockup that I'd have to try to unwind. I'd unwind the brake and do that and try to make something of it. But actually, one more thing, Tolga P4. I just realized that's a really good race for him. That's really good for him. I'm happy.
Yeah,
There's a lot
he
of
was
people that
making
got good
moves.
results.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was making moves left and right there. So
I almost had Janab, but like I said, he kind of slightly overshot T3, and I kind of felt something hit me, and I had to like basically point it towards the wall because I felt like I got hit towards the wall. But Tolga made the pass, and I just couldn't do it. Unfortunately, maybe it would have meant I had to like kill us both to do it. Seemed like that's how I was gonna have to be, and I wasn't ready to die. I'm not ready to die, boys.
Talking about, you mentioned the safety car, and the racing after it. the racing was completely different than anything before in the race. It did make
Yeah.
the race more interesting.
Did Janab have damage? I was wondering why he fell so far
No,
back
he
to
was
the top
just
third.
missing a lot of pace, at least from my point of view. We don't know exactly what was happening. But
Okay.
do,
Okay.
do you maybe
Okay.
have any
Yeah, I
insight
was.
on why the safety car came out?
I don't know, to be honest. I thought somebody retired, but then we still had all 15
No one
running.
was even spun
So
on track.
somebody must have spun. That's freaking crazy.
I mean, Higgsy
I'm thankful for it.
spun that lap in Castle, but then he started moving and the safety car came out like 20-30 seconds after.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Anyway, that's
Okay.
going to be investigated after the race. I think we should.
Yeah, we should get on with interviews here.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna let you guys. I'll let you guys
Yeah,
go
you
then.
know,
Thanks
Cody,
for
next week is
interviewing
your
me.
week, you know?
Yep.
Thanks for being here.
I wanted that one, man. Like I said, I've emotions running high.
You look,
Baku is the track for this.
keep your head up. You know, you got pole. It wasn't the best race. You got unlucky, 2 races in a row, but eventually the luck is gonna come back to you, and you know you're gonna be back on top. So
We'll see what happens. That's just a damn shame. That was a good day. That was a good opportunity. I felt like I threw it away.
yeah,
Hey, we're gonna see what happens. Lots of races, so I'll let you
Yep.
guys have at
yeah.
it.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks for
you guys have a
joining.
Thanks
good
for
one.
Bye bye.
being here. Yep.
Yep. Bye bye.
Let's move Tolga in here. Hello, Tolga. Uh, hmm.
Hmm.
Oh. Okay. Hello. Let me just put you a bit higher. How are you feeling? P4, a really good result, especially with the grid that is Rapid Racers.
It's actually really good finish for me because this is my highest race finish in this league since I joined in 2017. So I'm happy with it.
No, that's great. What was your highest grid finish before this? Do you remember?
It was P6 on last year's Japan, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. Sorry.
I can actually on some of the races I could finish even higher on podium last year, but I got always unlucky for some reason, especially on this league. I'm some sort of there's like an unluckiness angel following me and doing good stuff. But yeah, today was a good race.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting that much. I just really want to know. When you were behind Janab, the first part of the race there, were you getting frustrated behind him? Were you struggling on pace, or were you staying behind on purpose?
To be honest, I actually me and Assassin in the Discord, we thought that he had damage because he was so slow on the corners, but so fast on the straights. We didn't actually think he had a dry setup. I guess he had a dry setup here. Yes, he said on the Discord after the race. But on every single low speed corner, he was making me lose like 3/10 a lap, maybe on every single corner. But then if he was impossible to catch on the straight as well, like even in slipstream with full overtake throughout the whole straight, I wasn't even able to close up on him, which was so frustrating. That's why I pitted really early as well. Like when I pit, my tires were I guess like 30%, just so that I can get an undercut on him. But yeah, on the second part it was annoying as well, but I had to make something because I wanted the position really bad.
Yeah. Well, you still did quite a lot of good overtakes. At least some good overtakes. Still a good racing watching the train. Were you prepared for rain?
To be honest, no. I only practiced 2 laps, 5 minutes before the race.
Well, then even bigger congrats than what it is.
I wouldn't consider it like that because for some reason I'm really good in rain. Like especially, I really want every race to be rainy so that I can finish higher than what I would usually finish up at.
That is, I like rain as well. I sometimes think I go better in rain as well. I think I got one last thing for you. Actually, I don't. I lost it. Oh, I was about to ask it, but I lost it. I genuinely forgot it. Oh no, Eddie, do you have something to ask?
No, not really. You pretty much asked all I had in mind.
Well, Tolga, sorry about this. I had another question. It was gonna be really good. But yeah. It's just not here. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
Anyway, congrats again on the P4, and thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And now we got this guy, Jonah again.
Hello.
Jonah,
Almost.
what about you? What happened?
I got. Let's just say I had a really unlucky look back into the mirrors after turn 1. I started with a good start, and then I turned in for turn 1 and looked back because I thought I squeezed someone. And when I looked in front again, there were a few cars sideways right in front of me, so I couldn't avoid them. Yeah, so I got wing damage from that one and needed to pit. Yeah, and I saw that my pace wasn't bad because I I got a setup from YouTube in qualifying, which felt pretty like a wet setup, which actually felt good. So I wasn't even that far off the pace of the leaders. When the safety car got called, I was really happy, but then I was stuck behind Hixie, and yeah, we came together, and I just went into the wall. Yeah, and then decided to retire.
Yeah.
Because I was.
Yeah. So.
This race, I think I would have definitely had points, but points potential, but
But you know,
I mean, just finishing the race would have probably given points at this rate, but yeah.
yeah, not with damage, sadly.
Yeah. How many front wings did you go through? 2?
3.
3? Oh.
I
Oh.
had first lap, and it's like my setup is actually impossible to drive without front wing. I can't turn in at all. Like I turn, it goes straight. So I needed to go really slow on lap 1 and lost a lot of time there.
Yeah.
And then I binned it by trying to go straight, full throttle in the fast right left-hander. Yeah, and then at the end with Fixie. Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
have one of my saves on stream in fast left-hander.
I think so, yeah. We I think I remember you being a little twitchy around that, but
Yeah, the start was just really unfortunate for a lot of people. I just see another replay. Yeah, well, nothing I could have done there, basically. Just unlucky.
yeah. Well, anyways,
Looking
if we
forward to
look
next-
away from this race, Monaco last week, confirmed you got P3, so
Yes, yes.
congrats again, even though we said it last time, but
Yeah. Thank
last
you
time it was
again.
unofficial, so this time it's an
Yes.
official congrats.
Yes.
Yeah.
You wanna marry me now?
Not really. Unless you got some money from that, then yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
I think our
okay.
interview's concluded here.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Jonah, for joining, and you know,
DM
better
me.
luck next time.
Bye.
Yeah. Anyways, you know, Eddie, pleasure commentating again one more week. Next week we go to to Canada, same time as this week, 7 p.m. Central European Summer Time. For Canada in Rapid Racers, the grid is gonna be the grid we've been seeing for the whole season so far. Hopefully some drivers are gonna have better luck. That's aimed at Cody. That's aimed at almost everyone that competed in today's race. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Tune in next week for Canada.
Bye bye.